Well, let's get our first question then.
This one asks to simplify your answer and write it as a proper fraction or as a whole or mixed number, and then it gives you this equation.
I could do that. My only issue right now is I can't show you it. My computer is
Let me take that one.
not up yet. So if you want to,
Yeah, I'll take that one. So this is basically kind of just a PEMDAS type problem. The confusing thing is that we're dividing twice, and the last thing we're dividing by is a fraction. So I'm going to go ahead and rewrite that up here. -4 divided by -3. And I'm actually going to go ahead and write these in parentheses because the negatives can get a little confusing if you don't. Divided by -2/5. So when we did PEMDAS, one of the things that we talked about this a while back on the show is that when we do the multiplication and division, we should do that left to right. So all I'm going to do is kind of walk through this and say -4 divided by, actually I'm going to write this as a fraction. Remember that division we could rewrite as a fraction and say -4 divided by -3. I'm going to simplify that. Divided by -2/5. Now, we wanted to, in the end, write this as a whole number, I believe, or a mixed fraction. Is that right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
As a proper fraction or as a whole mixed
fraction
number?
Or as a whole or mixed number.
So -4 divided by -3, we're not going to punch this in the calculator. I think often everybody wants to just grab a calculator, but we're going to just simplify this as 4 divided by 3, and then divided by -2/5. And just a quick reminder, when I have these two negatives here, that makes this positive. So I'm going to just keep on going here and do 4/3. And you could also think of it this way as -2/5. Now, when we're doing this, when we're dividing a fraction, another fraction, what we can think of is what we're really doing is multiplying it by its reciprocal. So all I did was basically take the denominator or what we're dividing by and flip it over and multiply it.
keep it, change it, flip it.
Keep it, change it, flip it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've also heard copy dot flop.
Copy dot flop. Yeah, there are always
all these different ways to remember to do it.
Ways to remember that.
Keep it, change it, flip it, copy dot flop. But either
Those
way,
will be
we always
helpful.
do, when we divide fractions, we always multiply by reciprocal,
Yeah.
is all we're saying.
So basically what we have here is when we're multiplying fractions, we can actually just multiply straight across. So this becomes -20 divided by 6. So this is not simplified. Again, we're not putting this in the calculator. We're just going to simplify this fraction and think, what are both of these numbers divisible by? Well, they're both even, so you know they're both divisible by 2. So we could divide each of these over 2, and we could say that this is now -10/3. So this would be one way to write our answer. Another way to write this would be as a mixed number, and I don't really ever use mixed numbers once we get out of like middle school, I think. Right? Like I very
Not
rarely
that
see
much,
mixed numbers,
but you would definitely see it maybe more as a decimal, like
Right.
-10 divided by 3.
Yeah.
Well, for example, it's going to be 3 point.
3 point something.
Yeah.
So if you wanted
So in
to
decimal form.
write this as a mixed fraction, what we can do is say, well, what is -10 divided by 3, or what is kind of close to it? So you know 3 times 3 is 9. So we have 3, and we still have 1 left. So 1/3, and then this is negative. So this is how you would write it as a mixed fraction. So really quick, one of the reasons why, and I think this is worth pointing out, why I don't like to punch this in my calculator is because if you punch it in your calculator, you're going to get 1.333, and this is going to continue forever. And when you do that, what you're eventually going to do, because you're not going to write 3's to infinity, is you're going to round this to approximately 1.3 or 1.33. And remember, that is never as precise because you round it. So typically, we like to leave things in math as fractions.
Especially if it gives us, I mean, and that would definitely be the benefit of a
Yeah.
fraction is it's precise, it's exact versus
Yeah.
a decimal. Sometimes we have to round.
So that is our
Otherwise,
answer.
we'd be writing forever.
Yeah, -3 1/3. So there you go.
Awesome. Well, thank you. I appreciate answering that question because I just would have said it. I wouldn't have been able to show you.
Which is difficult to see.
It is difficult.
It is with those type of problems
Yeah.
especially.
So visual.